Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 2 Minutes of Tea. Let's see, what do I want to talk about today? The year is ending. We're wrapping up the year. 2024 is coming to an end. I know a lot of you are looking back on the year, trying to finish this year strong. I just want to tell you, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. As a recovering control freak, I know a lot of us want to have control over things and feel like we are always the ones making the decision. And not having control can be scary, right? It can cause a lot of fear, anxiety, panic. Maybe you had to leave a job or a relationship or move to a new city or like end a relationship with, a friend, or you're trying to make new friends. Like, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I know that new chapter can come off as scary or something that is unpredictable, but trust the process. Trust that you are where you're supposed to be. You are going to move into a new chapter very soon, and you're going to understand why you had to pivot and change or rework some things. And so don't get frustrated. You're not alone. We are all here rooting for each other, building a community, one that lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts. All right. Love you guys and enjoy the episode.
It's tea time with Uncle Twirl. Let me go grab my cup.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tea Time with Uncle Twirl, where what's in your mug is your business. I'm your host, Uncle Twirl, and we have a very, very special guest in the building with us today. Sipping and spilling us with us today, guys. I'm a little nervous. She's so fine, y'all. It's giving what it's supposed to give. Queen of the court, a basketball bombshell, community builder, professional athlete, honey. Bashaara Graves is in the building.
Hi, girl.
Look, cheers. How are you? Welcome to Tea Time. Yes. Okay, I'm drinking some lemon ginger because I had a long night, y'all. I was out in the streets and I should have been here earlier. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You're looking good. You're feeling good. The hair is giving what it's supposed to give.
Thank you.
Okay. So before we get into the interview segment, I figured, we could play a few games, loosen it up. Okay. So the first game we're going to play is called Sip or Spill. You guys are familiar with this. It's or this or that. So I'm going to read some options.
Okay.
You're going to choose the option you're gravitating towards more.
Okay.
Whatever option you're not feeling, you're not going to pick that one. And if you don't want to choose, because we believe in consent, you're going to take a sip of tea.
Okay.
All right. Okay, first up, lemon pepper wet or dry?
Oh, I like both. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with wet.
Period.
Yes.
Because everything's better wet. Okay. Lisa Leslie or Candace Parker? Choose ye this. I knew I was gonna get her to sip, y'all. Period.
I can't.
Two legends.
Yeah, Lisa Leslie is the reason I play. I started playing, and then Candace is UT.
I mean,
greatness.
Period.
Yeah, you can't really.
How can you choose?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. If you had, I'd have been like,
no, I couldn't do it.
Harvard or University of Tennessee?
Oh, UT all day. Go Vols.
Period. Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers.
The fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all do
What?
it.
No.
So, really quick, last year for Halloween, me and my homegirls went as the Spice Girls. It might have been 3 years ago. Nadia, you remember. And I got Posh Spice, and I had to put on these tiny sling back heels, and I was walking like this the whole time, pigeon-toed. Ankle was falling out. I don't know how y'all do that. Shout out to the women that wear heels.
No, for real.
Winning an Olympic gold medal or winning a WNBA championship?
Oh.
Period.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baby, I want both.
Mm-hmm. I feel like to get up there, like to be one of the greats, you have to give up.
I mean,
yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Italy or Greece?
Greece.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Nachos or tacos?
Neither.
Period.
Yeah.
Glorilla or Meg Thee Stallion? She said, how dare you? How dare you make me choose?
Because it would be maybe before this album came out.
Right.
It would be Megan.
Right.
Down.
But that album.
I love Megan.
What's the procedure when a bat walk in the room?
The girl from Memphis too. So that's another thing. It's like I'm not from Memphis.
Right.
But just from Tennessee in general.
Period.
Like Glow. She did that.
She's the one.
She did that.
Yeah, no, the album
Yes.
is familiar. When I saw Kurt Franklin on the album, I said, oh, you did it.
Yes.
You got Kurt Franklin.
She gave you everything.
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 Inspirational, Don't Try Me.
Yes.
You know what it is.
A girlfriend anthem.
Hello.
Everything.
I love it. Sisters or Abbott Elementary?
Oh, see, you wrong for this. Because that's totally different. Oop.
BET, ABC.
Okay, off of creativity,
Okay.
because I love creativity in the show. Okay,
Right.
It sticks out. Abbott Elementary.
Period.
Yes.
And I like
Because
Sisters. I do.
I love it.
No, it's a great show.
Yes.
It really, really is.
Yes.
Like, if you haven't seen it, y'all sleeping on it. But Abbott
Facts.
is something special.
Yes.
Like, it just,
It's like it's bringing awareness
yes.
at the same time.
Yes.
Comedy at the
Yes.
same time. It's giving love story. It's giving everything.
Everything.
In 30 minutes.
In 30 minutes. They packed so much into such a small like frame.
Yes.
It's amazing. And I love, are you on the current season? Have you started
Yeah.
it? Okay, I didn't want to do no spoilers.
No, I just watched a new episode.
Period.
Yeah.
If y'all haven't seen it, mute it.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the fact that like literally when the episode started the first season, when Ava walked out and there was a white child in there, and she was like, "Look at Victoria Girls," because I had never even really
Yes.
noticed. I said, "There are no white children on the show."
No,
It
no
was
one
like,
noticed that.
bruh, and that's
But then
just
that's how it is in the inner
Yep.
cities.
Yep.
Like in the inner city schools, like it's a go.
Yeah, it's us.
Yes. It's not happening.
Okay. All right. Last one for Sip and Spill. Now You See Me or Just Right?
You so wrong for this. Cause I can't pick. Actually, I'm gonna go with Now You See Me. Because
Yes.
that's such a good creativity again.
Bro. And even the sequel was pretty good.
Yes.
Yes. No, like really, really
And they're
good.
coming out with another.
Okay. Oh, they coming up with a third one?
Yes. I don't know why, but they
I'll be seated.
Exactly.
I'm going to be there.
I'm gonna be there.
And we love you, Queen. Just right
Yeah.
for me. Okay. Very good, honey. You did that. Kind of breezed through it. It was iconic.
A little
Okay.
bit.
So now we're going to do our next game. It's called Fast Break Facts. So essentially, I'm going to read a question to you. You're going to try to answer with the correct answer. You have 10 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you get it, you get a bucket. If you don't get it, what did they say in basketball? Is it a foul? Is it not a point? I don't watch that many sports, y'all. I'm trying to
Are you
do
talking
better.
about like when they brick?
A
Like,
brick?
okay.
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 A bucket
It's
or a brick? Thank you, look.
All right.
That's all you hear.
Yeah.
Subject matter expert, y'all. You know, I'm not trained, y'all. I'm doing my best, okay?
Okay.
All right, first up. Who was the first overall pick in the WNBA draft?
This draft?
Yes.
Oh, Caitlin Clark.
Period. Which NBA player has won the most league MVP awards?
Oh. League?
Yes. Her hair, she got a...
Oh, WNBA.
Yes.
Cheryl Swoops.
Period.
Yeah.
Which woman became the first female referee in the NBA?
Oh, you can go ahead with that one because I definitely don't know that.
I didn't know this one either.
Yes.
Violet Palmer.
Good.
Shout out to you, girl.
Shout out to
Period.
her.
Period, girl. Okay.
Yeah,
Breaking down doors.
exactly.
Who is the WNBA player that also starred in the 2021 Space Jam movie alongside LeBron James?
Oh, there was 3 of them. It was NECA.
Oh, come on.
It was Diana Taurasi.
Period.
Who was the third one? NECA. Diana. Why don't I remember who the third person
Let me tell you
was?
something. I don't either. The fact that you knew there were 3,
It
that was a trick
It
question.
was the spider. It was the
Uh-huh. The pink one. Because I remember Diana was the spider.
yes.
Yes.
Nigga, who was the third one? I don't know who the third one was.
Well, shout out to you, girl. Okay. We remembered
Why
you were
I
there.
forget?
We just don't know your name. Okay.
I do know the name. If I remember who was in the movie, I would know the name. But right now, I don't remember.
But that was a trick question, and you did really good. The fact that you said there were 3, I was like, period.
yeah, I watched my basketball movies now.
Hey, let me tell you, it was actually pretty good, y'all.
Yes.
I enjoyed the remake. Okay. Which university did legendary WNBA player Tamika Catchings attend?
UT all day, baby. What you mean?
Okay. Who is the first woman to be included into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame?
The first woman?
The first.
The first woman
Yes.
ever?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't want to, because I want to say someone, but I don't know if it's true.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say it because if I'm so wrong, then people are going to be mad at me. So,
Okay. So it was Louisa Harris.
okay, I would have been wrong.
Period.
Yeah.
Look.
Shout out to her.
We're all learning things today. Which WNBA team holds the record for longest winning streak?
Winning streak in the season?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my
The
God.
history of the WNBA.
Houston Comets.
The
Because
fuck?
the team doesn't exist anymore. That's a trick
Okay.
question too.
We tried to get you again.
Yeah.
You know what? You're kind of on it.
Come on now.
Which WNBA player is nicknamed Big Steel and known for her dominance
Sylvia
in the post?
Vows.
And that's on Big P.
Yes. Okay. That's a Minnesota link.
Hello. Who is the current head coach of the South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball
Don
team?
Staley.
Easy.
Yes.
Bucket.
Basketball.
Bucket. Okay.
Okay.
I love it. Okay, last one. Which two-time Olympic gold medalist and WNBA star was wrongfully detained in Russia in 2022?
Graham.
Period. And shout out to you, girl. We glad we
Yup.
you home. Okay.
That's BG.
Yeah. Fuck Russia.
BG to BG.
Hello. Baby,
Yay.
you did that. Easy. Okay. So the last game we're gonna play is Would You Rather Sports Edition. So I'll basically just pose two like options, like would you rather this or would you rather that? You'll say which one, and then we'll get into it.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather coach a basketball camp or play in a championship game?
Playing a championship game.
Period.
Because have you been to a basketball
It's
camp?
hard. Camps in
Yes.
general are rough.
Yes.
Like being a mentor, it's a lot of pressure, but also kids, they be getting into a lot of stuff.
Kids.
We love y'all.
But it's difficult.
Period. Okay. Would you rather win an Olympic gold medal, or win a WNBA championship?
Why would you do it?
I mean, we kind of gave you a softball, with the first
I get
game.
the sip for this?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I don't get
Nope.
the sip?
Mm-mm. Choose ye this day who you shall serve.
I feel like me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have both.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to choose,
Mm-hmm.
I would go with the Olympic gold medal.
Yep.
Just because it only comes, every 4 years, and it's world. The
World.
world knows you have an Olympic medal.
Hello. Best
A
in
lot
the
of people
world.
don't know that you have a WNBA championship.
Talk about it. That's big facts.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. Would you rather have Don Staley or Pat Summitt as a coach?
Well,
Well,
obviously, the correct answer is Pat Summitt
hello.
because that's who I signed up to be
Big
my
facts.
coach.
Big
That's who I
facts.
chose to be my coach. So I'm going to stick to it.
Period.
Yep. But I would have loved to be coached by Dawn too, because do you see what she's been doing?
Baby,
And she's
the proof is in the pudding, baby. Hello. Would you rather train in the U.S. or train internationally?
just trained.
Mhm.
Oh, internationally all day. Go here.
It's the views
Go.
for me.
Yeah.
Period.
I need to go wherever, and I still get to work out.
Hello.
Do whatever I want.
I'm in Paris.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather attend a WNBA game courtside or coach a high school girls team?
That's obvious. I would rather be courtside all day.
And let me tell you, when Asha she came to play the Dream here, we went to the game, and actually we got the courtside seats. It was so nice. That was the closest I have ever been to a basketball game. It was elite.
Yeah.
And they were, let me tell you, women, no shade. They play so much more aggressive than men.
No,
No, seriously. If
No.
you haven't been to a WNBA game, you are
need
missing
to.
out. It was amazing. Okay, next one. Oh, I like this one. Would you rather have Serena Williams' athletic career or Simone Biles' achievements? It's like
But I
philosophy.
feel like they're both just amazing.
I mean,
So
period.
they're both amazing. But I'm going to go with Simone just because, there's literally a move made after her.
Fact. Several.
Exactly.
Yes.
That no one else can do.
They can't do. They had to change the rules because she kept doing things. They were like, "That's impossible."
Yeah. I want that.
Period.
You can't do that.
One of
It's
one.
named after me.
Big facts.
When you do the move, when you actually do it, they're going to say my name.
Yeah. Every time. Yeah, no, I think it's something just kind of amazing about when people think about greatest athletes of all time, it's Simone Biles.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, there's no one has
Mhm.
reached the heights that she's
You
reached.
can't do that.
It's kind of amazing what she can do with her
and
body.
it's worldwide.
World.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Okay, last one. Would you rather play in front of a packed arena or speak at a women's sports conference?
Packed arena.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
In front of a lot of people, it's not for me. It's not my cup of tea.
Me either. Okay?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's 1,000 of you. Hello. All right, very good. You kind of ate all the games up.
Thank you.
You caught all the sneak questions.
Yeah.
You
You threw a little bit
I
in
tried.
there.
I tried. Look, we got to test your knowledge. Look, you ate though. Okay. So now it's time for the interview portion. So I love origins. I love to talk
Okay.
origin stories. So let's talk where you were born and raised, and what was the first concert you ever went to?
Okay. So I was born and raised in Clarksville,
Yeah,
Tennessee. Home of Wilma Rudolph. Shout out to her. And you said movie?
First concert
Oh,
you ever
for
went to?
concert. Oh, the first concert I ever went to that I actually got to attend was Kevin Gates in college.
That is a really good one.
Yeah, it was so good.
He's
That's
so
when Two Phones
talented.
was going crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. And he
Okay.
kissed me on the cheek.
Period. Not you was in the. You didn't tell me you were in the concert. You were.
I mean, I was front row. And he came around, he kissed me on the cheek, and I was like,
Eat it, girls.
yeah.
I'm her.
You hurt. You see that.
Period. Shout out to Kevin. Okay, so we talked about you were from Clarksville. Clarksville has such a rich basketball tradition. Can you tell us what it was like growing up there and how the town shaped your love for basketball?
So growing up in Clarksville, it was just it was so small for me.
Right.
Like now looking at it, it's not a small town.
Right.
But for me, it felt so small. I was the only tall female for a long time. And then I had a cousin come into town and then we ended up playing basketball together. So we were like the Twin Towers. So like she made me feel comfortable in my own skin.
Right.
We kind of made ourselves feel comfortable in our own skin. In such a small town where we got picked on for just being tall.
Facts.
You know? So that's how it was in Clarksville. And then just learning how to play basketball in the city. Like there's so many people that play basketball.
Right.
I looked up to so many females that actually played. They might have not made it as far as I did, but my goal was to make it just like them.
Facts.
Like that, those were my goals.
Facts.
Like I didn't know anything outside of Clarksville. So I'm looking at them. I'm looking at Dawn. Like Dawn, a lot of people don't know who Dawn is. Dawn made it to the WNBA. And she was amazing.
Right.
One of the greatest shooters I've ever seen, period. And could have still been playing. But she had to go through some things when she was in college. She had to overcome some things. And I still look up to her to this day, you know? So like that's how it was just growing up in Clarksville, just having that. I don't want to say mentor because she was a lot older than me.
Right. But they are kind of mentors.
Yeah.
Like even if I don't, I feel like a lot of times like we're going through life, going through these experiences, and you like having you're drawn towards like a figure because it's impactful. Like I think a lot of us discount how you can be mentored by somebody else's journey, like how it can speak to you and like influence you and like help you along your path. So that's amazing.
Yeah,
Big
like
facts.
I grew up like my AAU coach was like one of the best high school coaches in the area. So we would go and watch their high school girls play all the time. I was not going to that school. I was not zoned for that school. I was nowhere near that school. But all those girls at Northeast High School, shout out to Northeast High School, even though it's all about Clarksville High School.
Hello.
All those girls that play at Northeast High School, like I looked up to every single one of them when I was in middle school and elementary school. Like I watched them to the T, and I wanted to be that team.
Period.
So that's how it was.
And I was feeling what you were saying when you was, when you be tall and don't nobody else be tall. All y'all be talking about tall people, but y'all don't understand the pressures. Okay, people be staring at you, they talk about you. They be like, "Dang, why you so tall? Why you so lanky? Like, what's going on?"
I can't help it.
Like I remember people used to say all the time, they're like, "Do you play basketball?" And I'd be like, "No." And they'd be like, "What a waste of height." I'm like, "Well, I can do other things."
Exactly.
I'm kind of smart.
Like, why? Don't put me in a box.
Right.
Because that's not.
No. You won't box the sand, honey.
No.
Eat it. Okay. Do you remember a specific moment in middle school or high school when you realized you had the potential to play at a professional level?
Honestly, I did not know until I got to college. Like my goal in high school and middle school, when I found out that I can go to school for free, that's the only thing that was on my mind.
Period.
Yes.
Period.
I was like, I can go to school.
Yes.
And I don't have to pay for anything.
Yes.
Because there was no way I was going to be able to pay for anything.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, bet. We're locked
Big
in.
facts. Big facts.
We're locked in. And then I got to college, and then I started to hear more about the professional game. I started playing off watching the WNBA game, but literally, that was the only WNBA game I had seen.
Wow.
Because it wasn't on TV.
Right. You're right.
So I just happened to be in Texas, and I saw the game. So for me to actually get there afterwards, I'm like, oh, okay, well, not afterwards, to get to college. and actually get to see a lot more, then I'm like, okay, maybe I can actually do this.
Right.
But I had no clue about being a professional
Right.
until I got to college.
Which is so sad because I think a lot of times we are only as big as our opportunities, right? You're only as big as
Exactly.
like what you know.
Mhm.
Like a big thing that my mom did, which I'm grateful when we were growing up, she used to send us away every summer to like a different kind of camp, just in another state, like if it was abroad, because you are only as big as your community. You only know what you know.
Exactly.
You only know what you see,
Mhm.
which is why representation matters. Okay.
It really does.
Period. What role did your family play in nurturing your early basketball development, and who were some of the key people in your life during that time?
My mom. My mom got me into playing. She didn't force me at all, because
important.
a lot of people try to force their kids to play the sport that they played.
Yep.
She played in high school, and she had to stop because she got pregnant with my brother. But when it was time for me to play, it just came naturally. I came to her, and after I watched the game, I was like, hey, I want to play basketball. And then she got me into it. Then she started teaching me the game. Then she started taking me to Austin P games, taking me to other high school games. Right. But nobody else saw the vision except for my mom. So I always give all props. Anything that has to do with basketball and me, that goes to my mama.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Shout out to moms.
Yes.
And parents, don't be forcing your kids to play sports they don't want to play.
Please don't, because they will quit.
My parents made me play basketball for several hundred years, and baseball, and I was terrible. I did not like it. They wouldn't let me quit. Okay, so you played in the Euro Cup, won championships, experienced success on so many levels. Looking back, what is one moment that still stands out as a defining achievement in your career?
Defining?
Yes. Memorable, impactful. We can use it, any
Okay.
word.
Impactful, I would say winning the SEC championship in college my sophomore year, because that whole year I was mentally out of it. Like, I was mentally having a really hard time because I had a really great freshman year, and then sophomore year I was kind of struggling. But we were so good. So I had to really learn how to focus on my team and not me in that moment, and we still won the championship.
Period.
After like being ranked lower than we usually are, talking about how UT is not how they were, and blah, blah, blah. And we came that year and actually did such a great job. And I still, to this day, everybody on that team, I'm still connected to in a way.
Right.
So like that has to be like the most impactful.
Because you were SEC Freshman of the Year, 2013 period. So I can imagine like coming off that height, trying to persevere into something that's a little bit more difficult.
Exactly.
And look what y'all did. Did it.
Exactly.
Big P.
Period.
Okay. So rebounding has always been a core part of your game. Can you share your mindset when it comes to dominating the boards and how you've honed that skill over the years?
Yeah. I think it was something that naturally came to me. I didn't really know what I was doing when I started. I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea. People were just like, "Oh my gosh, you're just always going for every rebound." And I was like, "I'm just playing. I'm just doing what they tell me to do."
Hello.
Yeah, like I'm just doing what they tell me to do. But then once I figured out in like high school that like, no, like I went to play against all these girls who were just as good as me.
Right.
And that was my first taste of, I guess in Clarksville, I was the best one.
Period.
So like when I went to be around everybody else that was the best in their cities and the best in their states, it was hard.
Right.
So then you have to figure out, what are you best at? And once I figured out that I was best at rebounding, I'm like, all I got to do is focus on one thing.
Hello.
And that's going to get me to where I need to go.
Play to your strengths.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think it's something like kind of amazing about like how a lot of us, you can be the best at something in your city and then you go and you see like, oh, all of y'all were the best.
Exactly.
Iron sharpens iron. It can make you better.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That is a pool of talent that can really push you to where you want to be. You just got to find, your niche.
Exactly.
And you did.
And I did.
Hello. What are some of the key lessons you learned from playing under various coaches, both in college, at Tennessee, and during your professional career?
I think just learning the game in different ways, because everyone teaches the game differently.
Facts.
So me trying to learn the game and having it in high school, totally different experience.
Right.
Then going from high school and like that's all I knew, to going to play USA basketball, and I learned so much because they taught it differently.
Right.
And then you have other girls who were taught differently, and I'm learning from them as well.
Right.
And then you go to college and it's the same thing. Whereas everyone's coming from different places.
Right.
And we're teaching each other. We're learning from each other. And again, the coaches are all different. The game is different.
Facts.
The style of play, it might be different.
Facts.
And that's the same in professional. The style of play might be different. Overseas, it's a different breed.
I believe that.
It's a different breed. They do stuff different. And that's the best way I can explain it. And it's the same way on the court. Like, they are different.
Right.
The referees might be different. So it's just adjusting
Right.
everywhere I've gone and being able to adjust and adapt to wherever I'm at.
I love that you said adaptability. I think that's one of the most powerful skills that you can have, because life is going to change. Everything changes.
Exactly.
Like, nothing stays the same all the time. And how you adapt, how you overcome really says a lot about like how long you can maintain.
Yeah.
And so it's essential. Key.
Exactly.
I want to ask you something because I keep hearing like a teamwork, like how like building a team, being part of a team has helped you in times where like you had to like not focus on self and kind of like become. What do you think is one of the key things to building a good team?
I think as someone who is building a team, you have to make sure that you are bringing the right pieces.
Hello.
And those pieces aren't just, okay, this person is a shooter, this person's a scorer.
Right.
Like, it's not just that. What's their personality? How do they adapt to other people? Are they a team player? Sometimes you can't have one person, maybe one that's not a team player, but how's everybody around that person that's not a team player going to adapt to that person who is a team player? So a lot of the times when you're making these teams, like, people don't know how to do that and how to adjust to other people. So I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like, when you are picking these pieces, making them stick together.
Period.
Yeah.
I like that. You've hosted several basketball camps for young girls. How do you approach teaching the fundamentals of the game, and what do you hope the next generation of players takes away from these experiences?
Oh, whoa, that's hard. I feel like growing up, we didn't focus on women's basketball that much. And so when I wanted to make my camp, I just wanted to focus on the girls. Like, we always had a handful of girls who were always at the camps with all the boys.
Facts.
And they would all just stick us together. And then we would all just play against the boys, and we would whoop they.
Period.
And so I'm just like, well, why can't we do something like this for ourselves? So when I was able to do that, I'm like, okay, I would love to have a boys and girls camp so that the girls can show the boys out. But that's not what I want to do. I want to make sure that the girls are getting the best of what they are getting out of the camp and focus on the girls basketball. Because if we're at a boys camp and we're playing with a boys ball, that's not realistic.
Right.
We're not doing that.
Right.
We're not gonna be playing against these boys all the time. So there's no point. And like, the biggest thing I wanted to focus on was girls, focus on girls, and also learn outside the court and learn the game of basketball. Because you can learn how to play, but that don't mean you know the game.
Period.
And so I broke down a lot of stuff when we learned how to watch film the correct way, learn how to remember the plays correctly. Because people think you just go out there and just play and not just learn.
Right. There's a tactical, there's a strategy.
Exactly. Yes. There's a strategy to everything. And some people don't understand the strategy. And so when I was doing my camp, I wanted to focus on those aspects of the game rather than all just on the court.
Right.
Yeah.
Period. Honey, a well-rounded player.
Exactly.
Because to be honest, like, if you are, I think it's one thing to play in something or like to be in a scenario, but when you can step back and see it like this holistically, kind of understand all the moving pieces, it like impacts you deeper. Yeah. No, that's fire. Okay. Hosting a basketball camp in your hometown must have been a full circle moment for you.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a particular story from camp that really touched you?
Yes. So the first year I did a camp, I saw myself. And one of the girls, and it's not, I don't know why, like, that kind of hit me a little bit, but it's this little girl. Well, she's not a little girl anymore because now she's grown, okay? But at the time, she was in middle school and she was killing everyone. Literally killing everyone. We don't play the same position, but like, small, like, she was so talented, and then she came to camp when she was in middle school and she just killed all the middle schoolers.
Period.
And so I had to move her up to high school. And I'm like, this sounds familiar. This sounds so familiar. And just watching her grow from just seeing her at camp to now she's at Louisville.
Wow.
And her freshman year, like I'm excited to watch college basketball, just to watch Louisville, even though it's all about UT. But I just want to watch her to see how she grows into this college stage, because she's killed at every other stage.
Period.
So now it's time for her to kill in college. And like for me to see her in my camp when she was in the 6th grade to now, it's like mind blowing. It's just like, that's what I'm doing this for.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Yeah, paying it forward for the next generation. Yes. Yeah. No, I love that. That's really special.
Yeah.
Okay. So we all face setbacks in our career. Can you share a moment when things didn't go as planned and how you worked through it?
Woo. A couple of times, but I would say now. Now things did not go as planned. I injured myself. I thought it was going to be something that was, we're going to go in, do a little scope, come out, and then I was going to be back to playing like normal. That did not happen. It took me a long time to recover from my knee surgery. And then once I did recover, it was complications again. So we had to make a huge decision to step away from the game. And I'm still working through that.
Period.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm still working through it. I'm trying to figure out what that next step is for me, and just trying to be comfortable in this transition that I'm doing now. Like the transition was gonna happen regardless at some point, but having it happen where I didn't think it was gonna happen, or I had no thought of it happening at this time. It's hard. Like it really is hard. Like I've been doing the same thing, having the same routine for almost 20 years now. And now I have to completely change my mindset, completely change my outlook on life and how I look at everything, to be honest. So, I'm just processing. And just taking it all in and trying to be patient with myself.
Facts. And I think that's really great advice for people listening. We all have things that happen where we have to pivot, change, stretch ourselves in a new way, re-envision a life for ourselves. And I think a lot of us get frustrated in like the journey, but I think it's kind of like, remember, like you were saying even earlier with the young lady that was in middle school watching the journey, like you're not always going to be this thing, this person. And it's okay to like be frustrated with that, but also be patient and kind to yourself during that transition. So that was really, really good advice. I have for that. Period. Can you tell us about your most recent experience attending the Harvard Business School crossover in a business program? How has working with MBA mentors impact your life view after basketball?
So I'm going to be real on this. So
look,
this Harvard business program, I had seen it multiple times when I was playing. Like I had seen people that I had played with in the WNBA go to it, but it was only tailored to WNBA players and NBA players and NFL players. They weren't going outside of that realm.
Gotcha.
This year, they decided to go outside of that realm, but you still have to apply to it. So I'm like, came across it this time, and I'm like, let's just do it.
Why not?
Why not? The worst they can say is no, right? So I applied to it, and when I got in, I was shocked. So I'm not gonna lie, shocked to say the least, because I had forgot about that. I applied, and it came, and I'm just like, oh my! Like it's like everybody wants to go to Harvard, and even though it's just a program, like it was such a good experience to be up there, be on campus. I'm learning from these MBA mentors throughout this semester, and I'm learning so much about myself. The business, okay. But about myself, that I'm like, oh, okay, I can do this. I can do that. Like they're making me see how I can relate some of the stuff that I'm learning to my current life right now. And that's not something that I would have done without this program. So I'm really excited about the rest of this semester and how it's going to help me in the future.
And I think it's just a testament to something that like I have been really like honed in on this year is you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Even if you don't understand why, even if you can't really see it, and sometimes we're not meant to understand. Sometimes we are, it's whether it's a period of like grounding to ramp you up to like the next chapter, the next journey, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Like everything happens for a reason. Sometimes even when we're like, because I know for me, lack of control is like the biggest thing. I hate feeling like I don't have control of things. But the truth is you can't control a lot of things. And there's a reason for that because you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Period.
I like it.
You've lived many different places throughout your career. How has travel shaped you as a person beyond just basketball?
This goes back to the adaptability because the first year I was in Korea, okay?
Okay, okay.
And it was a culture shock to say the least. I'm not going to say the bad. I'm
Okay.
just going to say I had to really embrace their culture, understand that that's how they do things, and that's every location I've ever been. Is understanding that this is not the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
I'm visiting
Right,
them.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I have to adapt to them. They don't have to adapt to me. And I feel like as it's funny because we joke about this all the time, but I feel like Americans tend, especially when we go other places, we tend to compare it to America. And
Yes.
if it's not like America,
Yes.
then something's wrong.
Yeah. We want you to bend to our will.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I had to learn that that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that early. I feel like I wouldn't have learned that early if I didn't go to South Korea.
Facts.
So that's definitely like, you just have to adapt to them. You have to really just embrace the language too. It's like, just try to learn the language. You're already over there. You might end up being bilingual. You really don't know. So like, that was the thing, is like, oh, well, I'm going to visit these places, but I'm also going to talk to these people, figure out who they are, even though I can't understand them.
Right.
But we might, like in Italy, I was able to connect. She didn't know any English. I had a teammate who didn't know much English at all, and I knew no Italian.
Right.
But we talked all the time.
Period.
And we knew each other. Like, we knew each other to the T.
Yes.
But we did not know what we were saying.
That's great. But it's kind of amazing because I feel like if you're going to be in a new area, country, immerse yourself in it.
Exactly. Just go ahead first.
Yes. And I feel like they really appreciate that too. Like a lot of people like that, I feel like have rougher experiences abroad. It's because you're not trying. You want to your point earlier, we want things to bend to our will. When in reality, those people they're like, no, you should be trying to speak our language, understand our culture. Meet us halfway.
Exactly.
Yes. Big facts. Yes. Okay. In an AU Pro Sports article, you talked about the competitive nature of women's basketball. Can you share a specific game or moment where you felt you were pushed to your absolute limit, but also felt the most growth?
Oh, that's hard. The most growth, and I was pushed to my limit. I think I was pushed to my limit. Go back to South Korea. I was pushed to my limit in South Korea because one thing I hate doing is running. Even though basketball is running, but the way I run and the way they run,
different. Another thing.
If you know, it's different. And so I was in there going crazy, and I really had to just look at myself and be like, okay, this is what we want to do. This is our first, our first overseas experience, and we just have to deal with it.
Period.
We deal with it and we adjust and we keep it moving. Like, that's all it was. So I think I grew a lot from that, just because I had to really keep it moving. Because in most cases, people would be like, I'm going to leave.
Yep.
But I didn't do that. Like, it was another situation that happened where you might get cut. And I've gotten cut plenty of times. But I kept going. Like, a lot of people, you might get, especially in WNBA, you get cut. You might be the best player that might have been on that roster. You still can get cut.
Right.
And that, for people who, like, you've been the best your whole life, and then that happens for the first time, that's growth.
It's jarring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, when you first get that first no,
you're like, me?
What? Yes. Like, it's a shock, and you have to learn how to adjust to that too. It's like, oh, well, there is a thing called no.
Hello.
Sometimes it does happen, but what do I do after that?
Hello. I tell people sometimes, like, a setback is just setting you up for your comeback. Okay. Sometimes a no is pushing you towards a yes.
Exactly.
Okay. And no, that's real. I love that. Okay, let's have some fun.
Okay.
What's the most memorable or surprising thing a teammate has ever done, either on or off the court, that still makes you laugh today?
It's going to make all of them laugh. It's really them laughing at me. And I get mad, but then I end up laughing because it's such a moment where we something happened on the team
Mhm.
where like even 20 years later, like, we're still gonna laugh
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that. But it was me. I was the one being laughed at. So in college, my sophomore year, we went on a vacation, not vacation, like a Thanksgiving
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
tournament type
Right.
thing. And we went to the Bahamas.
Mhm.
And you know, I can't swim to
Me
save
either.
my life, but that does not stop me from getting in any water.
You're brave. Okay.
I'm afraid, but I'll do it.
Hello.
You right? So they told me we were gonna get on the banana boat.
Okay.
Had no clue what a banana boat was.
Okay.
And so when they explained it to me, I believed my teammates.
You trusted them.
Yeah, I trusted
Yep,
them with my whole heart.
Okay.
That this banana boat was just gonna be a fun little. We're just gonna go over the waves.
Cute.
We're just gonna
Very
be cute.
demure.
I'm gonna be able to be on my phone.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be cute. Not in the water. I wasn't gonna be in the water.
Period. Okay.
They lied to me. So right when I fell, when we did fall off,
Yeah.
the first thing I said was, "You lied to me," and I'm crying. I'm like, "Y'all lied to me. Y'all lied to me.
I trusted you.
I trusted you, and y'all lied to." I had just got my hair done.
See, no.
Everything. And they will laugh in my face about it now. Like it's one of the funniest college stories.
No, that is hilarious.
Like I was so upset,
No, pissed.
emotionally
Yes.
disturbed. But it's funny now.
Yeah, yeah, it's cute. Look, you survived. You're still
Exactly,
here.
I'm
Here it is.
here.
Okay, you
I'm
came back.
here.
And let me tell you, and you're braver for it. Okay.
No, facts.
Period. Because I'd have been banana boat, the sunscreen. Like, what are we doing? Huh?
No.
Girl. Okay. We know basketball is a huge part of your life,
Mhm.
but what's something people might be surprised to learn about you outside of basketball?
I don't know. They would be surprised.
Surprised.
I feel like everybody that do like know me from
Mhm.
basketball, they think I'm the shyest, most reserved,
It's quiet.
just
Demure.
quiet, and that's not the case. Like I am quiet, but it's more so like if I have to feel the energy.
Mhm.
Like if the
Mhm.
energy is not right, you're not gonna hear a word from me.
Period.
Like
Period. You don't deserve it.
exactly.
Hello.
But if the energy is good, like you gonna get this. You're gonna get real. You might get some ghetto come out.
Hello.
It might be a little ratchet.
Okay.
It might be reserved. It might be reserved.
It might be.
It might. But you might get you're gonna get my real
Yes.
personality.
Yes.
Like a lot of people just think that's my personality
Yes.
from the court, and that's not the case at all.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Like, believe it or not, there are people that believe I'm quiet. That I'm like and it's because I don't like you. I don't talk to you, but I do
Yeah.
be talking.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, period. So
Yeah.
no, I feel that. I feel that a lot. Okay. Last question. Let's imagine you're hosting a dinner party and can invite 3 people, dead or alive.
Mhm.
Who's at your table and why?
Beyonce.
Period.
Hello. She's there. Okay. Oh, is it 3?
2 more.
2 more. LeBron James.
Yep. Yes.
Because the way, LeBron, he's already LeBron, like basketball LeBron, business LeBron,
What?
family LeBron.
Philanthropist LeBron?
Yes.
No, talk about it.
Like LeBron
Mhm.
is amazing.
Mhm.
Like just to pick his brain
Yes.
about every subject,
Mhm.
I would
Mhm.
love to do
Yes.
that. So yeah, definitely him.
Yeah.
And then the last one, did you say celebrity? You said anybody?
No, anybody, any person.
I think as an adult, I feel like I'm missing somebody because I low key want to say Michael Jackson, but I don't because my granny. I really would. And my granny passed away when I was a freshman in high school. Not high school. No, yeah, freshman in high school.
Mhm.
And I feel like I didn't get to ask questions, or I didn't know what questions to ask at that time before then. But now I feel like I want to know so much about her, and I feel like I didn't get to know her story. So I would love to have a conversation with her and get to know her as an individual and not as my grandmother.
Right, like as a woman.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, I think that really touched me because something that I have been thinking about doing, and I would encourage you all to do this too. If you have like older family members or just, parent, whoever, start recording conversations with them. Like,
Yes.
I know they make certain templates or books where you can ask powerful questions to people, but just, hey, what was it like for you growing up? Or like, what was your first heartbreak? Or like, what was your first job like? Or how did you handle, experiences that maybe I'm experiencing as an adult now?
Yes.
Because you do miss that. And I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of times we don't get that with like grandparents specifically, because, as we get older, they're getting older and whatnot. But that's really dope. I felt that. All right, I have one more question. And this is the final question I ask everyone. Give me a question to ask the next person I interview.
Oh, like a fun question?
Just whatever.
Or just anything?
Yes.
What was the question somebody gave you to give me?
Someone had asked me, when's the last time you talked to your mama?
Oh, okay.
Someone asked me, if money wasn't an option, what would you be doing? Someone asked me, what is the thing that keeps you going in your particular, field? So yeah, just different things.
Okay. This is hard because I feel like this is a question I just would like to ask anybody. What was an impactful moment in your life that made you look at life how you do now?
Change that view, honey.
No, for real.
No, big facts.
Yeah.
Y'all, Bashaara Graves, everyone. Oh, y'all know she's busy. She can't stay. I know you loved her. I know you want more of her. If the people want to reach out to you, if they want to connect, if they, want to talk to you about your story, where can the people reach out?
You can reach out to me on Instagram at Bash931 on, well, not Twitter, but X, whatever that thing is called now.
Twitter.
At Bash931. Again, Bash931 is most of the time where you can find me at. Yeah, and just Facebook, wherever. I'm open. If you want to talk to me, you just want to be my friend, whatever, hit me up.
Right, but that energy better be right.
No, facts.
Okay.
Because if it's not right, you won't get replies.
Okay, keep it cute or put it on mute.
Yes,
period.
No extraness because it's not happening. All that.
All that. You all can find me at Uncle Twirl, that's Twirl with an E, on all social media platforms. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so that you are notified when new episodes drop. Bashaara Graves, everyone, thank you again for being here. And as always say, remember, feel free to spill the tea, but don't be messy. Bye.